So, welcome to how to make sentences in Swedish part 2. So, in the last video, part 1, we looked at a sentence and a pretty basic sentence. Jag äter frukost på morgonen. And in English, I'm eating breakfast in the morning, på morgonen. Excuse me. We also looked how you can switch the sentence around by taking the time here, på morgonen, which is a word that, well, it has a meaning of time. The time is the meaning. På morgonen. So we can take this word and put it first. You can do the same in English, of course. And so, på morgonen. But what happens? Yes. Äter. Äter remains in the same place. So here we find it in the second place. First, second. And the same here. The time, på morgonen, first, and the verb, second. So, this is a rule. The verb always comes in second place. Almost always. So, the verb stays in second place and the subject comes after. Which is not the same in English. In the morning, I'm eating breakfast. In English, the subject comes before the verb, but not in Swedish. The verb is in second place. So, på morgonen äter jag frukost. This is what happens when we have reversed sentence structure. So, how to understand this? Well, we have something called satsschema. It's basically a schedule. What should I call it? A map on how to construct a sentence, in which order the words should come in a sentence. Satsschema in Swedish. So, what we have here first is a place called fundament. Fundament. So this is the start of the sentence. So here we usually have subjekt, till exempel, subjekt, for example, jag. So we can start with jag here. And we also can use på morgonen, a word that indicates time. We can use a word that indicates place. And those words are called adverbial. You can see the same here, adverbial. So, these two are the most common words to start a sentence. Subject, time, place. But after that we have verb in Swedish. And then we have subject. And this is, well, in parentheses. Because if we start with the subject, you don't have it here. For example, if you start with jag, or we can use another subject, we can say hon, she. This is the subject, then we don't have it here. After this place, we have something called satsadverbial. Satsadverbial. So adverbial, but it's a special kind. Words like inte, which means not. I am not. Jag är inte. Inte comes in this place. Words like kanske, maybe, kanske comes in this place. Always, never. Alltid, aldrig. Always, never, also here. So it's particular words. Then we have the second verb, because we can use two verbs in the same sentence. Only if we use something called help verbs in this place. But they are the same as in English. For example, I want, or I can, or I will. We have the same in Swedish. I want, jag vill. I can, jag kan. I will, jag ska. So we have the same in Swedish. But if we use those, we also use a second verb. Then we have object, which answers to the question vad, vem. Well, in Swedish, what or who. So if we ask the question, hon dricker. She's drinking. She's drinking. And then we can ask what? What is she drinking? And the answer, for example, kaffe. Coffee. Hon dricker kaffe. What is she drinking? Kaffe. This is the answer to the question, and this is object. It can also be who. For example, han träffar en kompis. Can you read this? Kompis. So, he's meeting a friend. Han träffar en kompis. So, here we can ask the question who? Who is he meeting? A friend. En kompis. So this is object. And this place here, adverbial, it's the most common words we use here is words that indicate time or place, but it can also be other words. But the most common, time and place. For example, på morgonen, in the morning, på kvällen, in the evening, på fredag, on Friday. Or it can be a place, i köket, på skolan, in the kitchen, at school. So this is the place. So we have a sentence. Hon dricker alltid, always. So this is a special word, satsadverbial. Alltid, always. Hon dricker alltid kaffe i köket. I can do this properly. Here it becomes she always drinks, but in Swedish, in the Swedish sentence, she drinks always coffee in the kitchen. She always drinks coffee in the kitchen. Hon dricker alltid kaffe i köket. Right. So this is satsschema. Oh, we didn't use the second verb. We can do it like this. Hon brukar. Usually. She usually. Always. She always usually. It becomes a bit strange in English. But in Swedish this works. Hon brukar alltid dricka kaffe i köket. Hon brukar alltid dricka kaffe i köket. She usually, maybe it works. She usually always drinks coffee in the kitchen. It works. So, if we place the kitchen i köket first, and it becomes like this. I köket, in the kitchen, brukar, so the verb second. Subject here. Hon. I köket brukar hon alltid dricka kaffe. Ja. Punkt. Dot. I köket brukar hon alltid dricka kaffe. This is the sentence. So in English it becomes a bit strange. In the kitchen, usually she always drinks coffee. But this is how it works in Swedish. This is basic sentence structure. Well, it's basically all the sentence structure because this is how we construct sentences. And we don't deviate from this other than in special circumstances. But if you construct sentences using this, you will always make correct sentences. So, that's it for this video, and I'll see you next time.